Welcome to episode 2 of the BC Football Camp Report as training camp continues with Mike Hart, BC running back coach. I'm Jon Meterparel. Mike, camp is progressing. You're now a good week in. How's it working in the running back room?
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on today. Running back wise, we're about seven practices in after today, I want to say. We're getting better. We're getting better every day, and that's all we can ask for. I think starting in spring ball, just wanted to come in and set the tone in the room, and talented room, definitely, and just get them to buy into who I am as a coach and my coaching style. And they're doing a great job, and they work really hard, So it was kind of cool that, Evan came in, Nolan came in. Bo and MacCormack were already here, but Seta just got here as well. So there's some new guys mixed with the old crew who are young guys, which was fun. So it's been great. It's been great. We have a lot of fun.
And you're a newcomer here at BC, but you've been around the block, so to speak. I want to go back to when you were the number 5 guy on the Heisman ballot. You were 5th in the Heisman voting your senior year at Michigan, and it's been quite a ride since that point. From what you learned then to what you learn now, what's been the number one signifier for you in football?
I think the biggest thing for me is that, playing running back in college or at the next level, it's a mentality, right? And you can have all the talent in the world. You can be as fast as you want to be. You can be as quick as you want to be, or you can be as big as you want to be, right? But unless you have the mentality to be a good running back, you're not going to be good. It's too hard of a position to play at this level. And so there's one thing that I believe is just like you have to recruit tough guys, right? Guys that want to get hit, that want to deliver the blow, that aren't going to be banged up all the time. And so I think that that's the big thing that I talk to these guys about is just, the mentality of playing the running back position. Because I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't the fastest, I wasn't the strongest, right? But there's an expectation at this position, especially when I'm coaching you, on how you play the game, how you run the ball, right? How you block people, how you play without the ball when the quarterback pulls it, or if we're faking the ball, right? There's an expectation. So no matter who you are, that expectation is for the room. And that's the biggest thing that I talk to these guys about, because we're going to run the ball downhill and be tough if I'm coaching them. And so that's the biggest thing I want to see. The best compliment that I get personally is when people say the backside coach run like I ran, because that's what I want. That's the mentality that I want them to have, to just be unbreakable, unstoppable, and you're always the hammer, not the nail.
And the hammer in camp has been Evan Dickens, number 3 rusher in the country last year at Liberty. Clearly has tremendous ability. What does he have to do to take the next step?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with Evan is just to continue to grow and get better every day. He's coming back to the ACC, which is, it's going to be a game every week in and out. We're going to play some talented teams. There's going to be big linebackers. There's going to be fast linebackers. There's going to be big safeties, fast safeties. So I think with him, it's just continue doing what you're doing. And just be consistent with it. But he's been a great addition. He's a tremendous young man, great leader. Speaks. He's not a huge talker, but he's a leader, and really fits in with the room. We have a great room, but Evan leads the guys. Obviously, I think everybody knows that. We know that, and he's been. Sometimes you get guys you don't know how they're gonna. You might miss, and Evan's not a miss. Evan's not a miss. So I'm glad we have him. I'm glad he's in the room, and between him and Nolan and Bo. And MacCormack, those are 4 older guys that have played or have been here. Just really, really excited about those guys.
Bo MacCormack looks like he's taken a huge step. Weight room, conditioning. Coach O'Brien's talked about him a lot at camp thus far. Why has he improved?
I think Bo is just a confident guy, and when I say that, he's gotten more confident as he's gotten more reps. I think that anytime you come in as a freshman, you're really unsure of yourself normally. You don't know really what to expect. How are they going to hit me? What am I supposed to do? Am I just going to be a special teams guy? And I think last year, his freshman year, was truly he was on every special teams, every one of the special teams, and I think that now spring ball allowed him to get some more reps at running back and become more confident at running back, and he's doing a great job. I'm excited about Bo, really excited about Bo, and excited about all of them, Nolan as well and MacCormack as well. I'm sure you'll probably ask questions about them, so I'll let you ask your questions.
Well, you got my number. Nolan Ray is the next guy on my list. He's from Maryland, versatile back, good out of the backfield catching the ball. Do you feel like he can give you something they didn't have last year?
Of course, and the biggest thing is I wasn't here last year, right?
Course,
and
right.
So I don't know how the guys played last year. You watch some of the film, but I'm not I'm gonna show me what you're gonna do when I get here, kind of guy, right? And I don't care what you did in high school. I don't care what you did last year. I don't care what you did at Maryland. I don't care what you did at Liberty. What matters is what you put on film here when you're in a BC uniform. Sure. And I'll tell you what, Nolan is. He's a pleasant surprise, and he's bigger. He's bigger. He's the biggest of the guys. But he's fast too, and that's the thing. I think he clocked 21 in spring ball, so he can roll. So he's a special back. He can also catch the ball. So really, I'm really excited about all of them. I keep saying that, but I think that the way they're all going to play, they're all going to play, and it's going to be a lot to do with the game plan and who's the hot hand. But we got a lot of guys that I think can help and they can play.
You get your first scrimmage on Saturday. You'll be inside the stadium. How do you feel like camp has gone overall for the entire team?
Again, I think that we're accomplishing the goals. We're working on accomplishing the goals that we're set out to conquer, right? And we're on day 7. So the biggest thing to me, and it's the process, right? Which I talk to my guys about, right? Like, you're not going to get everything you want done in the first 7 days of camp, right? But you just keep stacking days, and then that will help you when you start the season, right? And then you just continue to get better, right? Good teams, right? Championship teams continue to get better day in and day out. It's not just you're consistently getting better, right? And so I think that that's what we're trying to work on. That's what we're preaching these guys. One play at a time, one day at a time, one practice at a time. 1 minute at a time. And I think that as long as we continue to do that, we'll be ready to go when week 1 gets here. But then we also, have to keep getting better to get ready for week 3, week 4, week 5 as we keep going. So I don't think that ever stops until the season is over. But the one thing I do know about championship teams is they don't stop getting better, right? It's just the law of the price tag, right? The price is always increasing.
No question. I'm Bob Barker on The Price is Right. I like that. Law of the price tag. Finally, Boston, what's the experience been like for you and the family? Do you like it?
Oh, I love it. I'm an East Coast guy and from upstate New York, but I've never spent a lot of time out in this New England area, in this New England region, and we love it. My family loves it. I've been married 15 years, and I have 3 kids. A 15-year-old, 13-year-old, and an 8-year-old, and I think they're somewhere different every Friday or Saturday in a different city, in a different town, whether they're whale watching, whether we're going up to Salem to learn about the history up there. It's just, there's so much history in this area that it's great to be around. And there's a lot to do.
Certainly is. And you're a busy guy. Thanks for joining us on Camp Report.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you guys having me.
Good luck. Mike Hart, BC football running back coach. BC Football Camp Report continues with BC running back Bo MacCormack. Bo, good to see you. And
good to see you too.
It's going to be a good year for you by all accounts. It's been a year of improvements. You come in as a freshman, you play a good amount. What did you learn about your freshman season?
I think I learned a ton. I mean, obviously, being able to play behind a bunch of, really good players last year and kind of see, guys, our leaders last year and, our leaders this year too, kind of how they go about preparing for everything and, how they go about, getting their bodies right and, just their mental preparation going into every play and kind of, I don't know, just adapting to the level and all that kind of stuff. I think I've improved a lot, and I think that's thanks to our coaches and, our players being able to learn from them.
When you first stepped on the field at Alumni Stadium, was there a welcome to BC moment for you and you looked up and said, man, this is something that I always dreamed about?
I mean, I would say my first ever play here was returning the opening kick and running back there. Because I played in the ISL, which is near here, and it's you get probably 25 people at a game on a Saturday morning. So it's going out and seeing all the, the student section behind me when I was catching the opening kick was really, really cool. And it, it's something that I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to do. So
I remember that moment. That must have been very special. This off season, what did you do to make an improvement?
Well, I knew, first of all, that I had to make a ton of improvements because I knew that I wasn't, where I needed to be last year. So, the first thing is obviously what everybody says, kind of get bigger, faster, stronger, get in better shape. And then I think a big thing for me too was I knew all the plays and everything and I knew what I was doing, but I didn't understand it as much. And especially the pass pro and, blitz pickups and all that kind of stuff. I think I spent a lot of time trying to, make sure I got that down, because if you can't pick up, blitzes, and you can't play no matter how well you run the ball. And then Obviously working with Coach Fitz, I think, he does a great job at getting us stronger and faster and everything like that. So, a mix of those kind of stuff, and then, all the stuff that I do on my own when I go home.
What have you done in terms of trying to get your speed to a better level?
I go to, a trainer around here named Dana Berry, who I do a lot of speed work with, and he does, great getting my speed up. And I've been working with him since high school, so he has a lot of different drills and just, speed kind of mechanic stuff that help get me right coming into this year. So,
and the high school career was legendary at BB&N, just down the road from BC, as you mentioned, all-time Massachusetts high school rushing leader. When you look back on your career, what does that mean to you?
I think football has always meant a lot to me, whether it was like, when I was a 6-year-old kid just playing, or, right now playing college football. I think I'm worried about college and, producing here, so that's kind of behind me now. But
you got a lot ahead of you, and Evan Dickens is a guy that you're 1A and 1B in the backfield now. You guys learning from each other?
Yeah, Evan's he's a really good running back, and obviously he has a lot of experience too at this level. So, learning from him, I think we can both learn from each other, and everybody in our room, not just me and Evan or Nolan, Makai, Timmy, Farouch, and Sid, I think all those guys, we all kind of bring our own elements to the room, and I think it's been great working with all those guys because they're all, really good dudes. So,
finally, Mike Hart, we spoke with him on the BC Football Camp Report. What do you think he'll mean for your development, your coach?
He's already helped me a ton, kind of just, helped me just kind of play freely and not thinking too much, especially when it comes to, like my assignments and all that kind of stuff, and kind of just. He's obviously been a guy who's done it at this level and done it really well. So, his advice and everything that he tells us, we know that it worked for him. So, it definitely, we have a lot of trust in what he tells us, and he's already helped us out a ton just from when he came in here.
Bo, a pleasure. Good luck this year.
Thank you very much.
You got it. Bo MacCormack, a man to remember in the BC backfield on the BC Football Camp Report. BC Football Camp Report Episode 2 continues with BC star safety KP Price. KP, how are you?
Blessed. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Congratulations are in order. You're one of the all-ACC preseason teams. I know you don't want to talk about what necessarily is in the future, but that's going to be a great honor for you.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Yeah, I'm just honored to do it, honored to be where I am, especially where I come from. Not a lot of people get the opportunity to even touch this level. So, I cherish it. I don't take it for granted. Just got to go out there and prove it every day. From
year one at BC to now, you've seen a lot of football. What have you learned about your career and about BC in general?
Yeah. First of all, BC is more than ball. On the field, off the field, the coaches, the professors over there, the people we come in contact with every day, it's a big family. It's definitely men and women for others. I learned that in my 4 years. Really, first day I got here, but each and every day, it proves true. And as a football player, that's all I ever wanted. So I ain't got a lot to say when it comes to that. It's just Anthony Polano over there, he making me laugh right now. But that's all I ever wanted. I'm just blessed to be doing what I'm doing at a great place. That's why I decided to come back. There ain't nothing like it. We ready to go change things.
You made a lot of strides in your career on the field. What have you done to be even better this year?
Yeah, really just taking it day by day, always knowing that there's room for improvement, always knowing that there's more, no matter what it is. But that goes both on and off the field as well. Just, becoming the best version of myself, I say. Because off the field, what you do off the field definitely translate to on the field. It's just keeping that consistency, doing right, no matter what you do. And you definitely see improvements on and off the field. You living better, you feeling better. Yeah, it's that.
Is there an area of your game that you really want to improve upon?
Becoming a better blitzer, sacking a quarterback. Had a lot of opportunities to do so last season. I missed a couple, so definitely doing that. Just continuing to become a better tackler, better in man coverage, better in zone. There's always more. There's always improvement.
Ted Roof and his energy, your new coordinator, what does he mean to your unit?
Yeah, it means a lot. It's been about, 8 months now. So we got adjusted to him really quick, actually. When he came back in the springtime, it was nothing but a seamless transition. We felt the man that he was. He's a great dude, great man of faith. He's a great person. So it's not just football with him either. You can go talk to him about anything. So just having that type of guy around and him being genuine and him having an actual heart and caring about who we are, It means a lot.
It's hard not to feed off his enthusiasm, right?
Yeah, he show up fired up every day. He in the weight room before I am in the morning, so I'll tell you who he is.
Your leadership, what have you learned about your leadership style and how to become a better leader?
Yeah, I feel like I can lead in all type of ways. My style, I say, first and foremost, I really show it. I lead by example. I'm not going to talk about something and not do it myself. So I do everything before I even say anything. And then I just feel like I was blessed with that discernment to be able to speak up when I need to, because you might got something to say, but it's always not the right time to say something. So just knowing and feeling the vibe and the energy when to say something, when not to. I'm always just being a brother to my brothers, being there for them, no matter if it's football or off the field, because like I said, all that ties into one. And just leading by example, doing everything I have to do before I ask someone else to do it, and then just speaking up when I got to.
You got some newcomers. You mentioned Anthony Polano, linebacker from Washington State. You guys were in Charlotte together at the ACC football kickoff. What have you learned about him?
That's a headhunter right there. He a headhunter. He want it. He want to get better. He want to learn. And that's another thing about this team that I see differently in the previous years. Like I mentioned, early mornings in the weight room. Like he's a guy that's in there. Like it's multiple guys that want to keep showing up and keep getting better. Like it ain't just one. It ain't just two. It's everybody, and everybody buying what Coach O'Brien is saying. We all buying into that. And we all on the same goal and same mission. But Anthony Polano, he game changer right there.
And your freshmen that you've seen in the backfield, defensive backfield, you feel like they got some good talent?
Oh yeah, for sure. We got Jordan Rodriguez, Dejon Green. We got transfer Chandler Jordan, another transfer Cam Howard with the youngins for sure. They coming in, Xavier Myers, I ain't mentioned. They all, in the years to come, they gonna take over. They gonna be better than we are right now as the older guys. That's the goal for them to continue to improve, and then the people that come after them continue to improve. We gotta leave a legacy.
KP Price, a great model, citizen on and off the field at Boston College. Thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
You got it. KP Price on the BC Football Camp Report. Thanks for watching, everybody.